The idea to start working with children came from a previous wish to work within the community. Yeah, it all grew. It took quite a while for it to grow, but it started when they announced the cuts. And me as a choreographer and as an immigrant and just as a person started thinking about my relevance to the place I live in. I come from a family that works with kids. My mother is a movement teacher and she works with kids for years, and I've taught kids for years. So it was quite natural to decide to start with kids as the first chapter of Love-ism, which is all about love and the way that we relate to significant others. And now, after 2.5 years of working in studios with professionals or in the professional field and totally losing touch with the real world, started climbing back and wanting to touch some more real substances. And you spend full days in white boxes, in black boxes with other people that are also totally self-obsessed. It's very easy to remember that there is a very simple real world outside with, again, with natural necessities. And also when you work in the studio, I think that the first instinct is when you bump into a border or anything that you need to resist in order to get to your thing, you fight it. While in real life you don't really do that. Also now I see when we work with the kids, you're much kinder to the substances around you. And it's a totally different way of working. Okay, a lot of the material is much easier irrelevant. Because the being of the grown-ups and the children together and they honest effort to communicate in order to fulfill a task that was put on them is so romantic and so poetic that any excessive, any other preoccupation starts to seem totally unreal. They are invited to do whatever they want to do, and you find out that they know a lot and they understand a lot, and if they didn't know something, the easiness of learning and how liquid their minds are actually a lot of the times makes them being able to contain more than the adults. But that's the thing, that usually it's killing my babies, so then there's no problem because this is my job. But now I need to kill someone else's babies. I like to say to a kid, no, don't do that, although you really like to do that, and although it's really meaningful for you, and you've spent the last 3 weeks improvising with this specific adult and finding this kind of physicality, and you both really enjoy it, and you feel that you're communicating, and then to put it out of the piece, out of a piece that is busy with communication, with the politics of intimacy, with the way to relate to significant others, with inner motivations around dependency and love, and this is the theme of the piece. Like I find it strange to edit. I have a choice to take a risk and to challenge audience with something that is less readable than what they expect. Just need to have the courage to do that. You have the courage to do that, and it's not the courage to do that, it's the courage to change my aesthetic ideologies. You know what, if I'm thinking about it, I think that watching other choreographers working and thinking why I work the way I work, and if it has any connection to the fact that I'm Israeli, probably the biggest element is the chaos. I let the chaos be for a very long time, and I enjoy it. and I see the richness of it, and I feel that I'm much less afraid of saturation or of chaos or of, you know, floods. The most dramatic experience that I had in life was to immigrate, is to leave your house, to leave your country, to come to a place which is very different than anything that you knew. To meet a lot of people that you just basically do not understand. You don't understand the language, but you also don't understand the being. Not to mention even physicality, you know, like you need to be in control. Unfortunately, I think that it's very much a sign of this time, and I think that it's very much a quality of my generation. My parents are totally different people. You need to have control. You need to have control. I don't think that I'm a person who wants to have control. In order to stay attractive, generally. To the people you work with, to the people that you need to sell your work, to the people that you want to have sex with, the people you want to be loved. Control has sex appeal. As I would think the opposite, huh? I would think that, you know, I prefer a bit uncontrolled people, but I see around me that, you know, people who go to the gym 4 times a week, they are attractive. People who eat quinoa, people who don't smoke, people who are in control on their lives and have controlled careers, they are attractive in my generation. They need to be healthy, they need to be successful, and above all, they need to be happy. Because being unhappy is also not attractive. And you feel it when you're in a very intimate surroundings with your family or with your best friends. There are moments of bliss, of true deep connection to somewhat, to an idea, to someone, to an idea. Yeah. But how great it is that in this act of loving someone, you activate your compassion, you activate your ability to be gracious. And that by itself is so rewarding towards yourself, you know. When you say, okay, I'm going to accept you as you are, is also saying, I'm going to be greater than what I thought I could be. I'm going to be kinder than what I thought I could be. And sometimes not. And then he needs to be kind and gracious.